asked Dana and Destiny what they want for Christmas because I literally had no idea what to get them. And they said Pioneer Woman things. So I'm gonna look around. I mean, I found this. I'm not actually probably gonna vlog like what I'm getting them, but they do know I'm getting them Pioneer Woman, just in case they watch my videos, because I think Dana watches them. So I'm gonna find something that I really feel like they're gonna use as Pioneer Woman. Because I think they asked everyone in their life to get them Pioneer Woman. So I'm gonna try to think outside of the box, but also something that's like realistic. And I know a lot of people complain that I use scooters. I need you guys to realize that I know I did this to myself, but I physically can't walk in the store. Like, I would probably have a heart attack, I'm gonna be honest. And this is the way that I can do it, and I hope one day you guys won't be seeing me in a scooter, but I feel like I need to clarify that. This is like a mobility problem, whether I did it to myself or not. I still need one. Am I embarrassed? Yes. Do I hate it? Yes. Becky's back there like,
move, bitch.
She's like, can you hurry up? No. All right, let's go look. So Becky goes, where are you going? I said, I'm gonna go look at paper. She goes, you don't need paper. And I go, I'm just going to look. Ugh, I'm paper obsessed. So this is colorful pens that erase. I don't know. I feel like it probably doesn't erase smoothly. It writes smoothly. It says write smoothly, erases clean. I don't know. That's freaking weird. So Christmas vomited. And they vomited this beautiful thing right here. Isn't this gorgeous? Christmas in the chat. Oh, I can talk. Oh wow, I'll do something. Wait, is this one? Oh, let's see if that works. So it's my lunchtime, and I'm gonna have leftovers from yesterday, which I have a lot of leftovers. So I did some meal prepping. I'm so hungry. Starved. So a lot of people were hating on me for buying this. We're using Becky's light because it's super dark in here. But I want to show you guys the color by number is like crazy small. Like, this is actually under the adult coloring books. Like, look how tiny. And some of them are so small you can't even like make out the number. I still haven't colored in this. Oh my god, look at that. Like, what are those numbers? Okay, this page is a little bit better. I don't know, it's just like super small. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be so detailed. I'm kind of living for it, but I'm gonna need to do it in like pens or something. But yeah, you guys, adults color, I promise. Y'all, Becky is gonna have an art project coming up. When do you think you're gonna do it, babe?
I don't know.
You don't know? Vlogmas?
Yeah.
You wanna do it then? Okay, so she's gonna try to make a garland with lights and stuff, and she wants to put it up here. Wait, hold on. She wants to put it up on this thing, but on the other side, so you see it from the living room. What I'm really excited for, though, is all my favorite vloggers to do Vlogmas. Learning to be fearless. I am so excited. I really hope Levita DeMeg does it, but she hasn't like announced it or anything. She usually does do it, so I'm crossing my fingers. Really excited for that. And I know some other YouTubers who are doing it. Like, can you imagine if David Dobrik did it? Like, he's never going to because his vlogs are so like good and it's full of so much stuff, but that would be freaking amazing. Hello, next day. Not in it to win it today, y'all. Not in it to win it at all. I'm so tired. Oh my god. But I'm gonna make my breakfast. I'm wearing one of those dresses that I tried on in a past tour haul that I didn't really like care for because it seemed too tight. But I figured, you know what? Let's make some use for it. I'm not leaving the house today, so. This is the one. I look like an absolute crazy person in it, but I'm not caring. Are the sausage patties that I had in the morning. Jimmy Dean. Bought myself some new Tapatio. Love that. The oatmeal that I use Quaker maple and brown sugar. So I'm gonna go eat. Super dark in here, so my apologies. We're actually about to go to a Chinese buffet with some friends and Eric and Ricky. So we're gonna go do that. This is the choker I'm wearing today. There's like little flowers on it. When you're in the car, like how I'm positioned, my fat rolls over it, so that's cute. I actually look like a sloth today, just not, you know, my best day. For some reason, I'm just not feeling it today, and I'm trying to, you know, have a positive mind frame right now. So I did get some new pens. I've had this notebook for a while, and every time I get new pens, I like to see the colors and like how they work and pan out. So this is my little like testing the color page. And the next page, you guys, I'm just gonna warn you, I'm not an artist. I'm not good at doodling. Like, this is not my forte. I literally am just doing this because I was bored. What the fuck? Oh my god, that made me laugh when I did that. I did botched it, but it says pride, you know, because I'm a lesbian.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
I know that. I know, but and then God knows this. Like, please tell me if you guys know. I have no idea. Oh, I do love this flower actually. I'm not like, I'm just doing it. So I mean, sometimes like my hand do it. This is so stupid. Like, I was like, this people is like pointing to flowers. I don't know. Please don't ask, but yeah, people just like eating badly. So I just got done with lunch, and you guys, this package is for a friend for Christmas, and I'm telling you, it was like lost. It was lost. I think Amazon is having some issues because it's like Christmas time or whatever. Because one of the gifts that we ordered for Ricky, it said that it got lost in the mail. So it said you can either rebuy it or get a refund. So I pressed refund, and then I went to go buy it again. I got the refund, but then I got 2 of the items. So it was lost, but it came. So I contacted them. They said just keep it. So now we have 2 of them. I'm not gonna say what it is, but Becky ended up keeping the 1. But it's just so funny, like, and I know it happened to another friend of mine, so we were just like talking about it, how they ordered something and they got 2 of them. So yeah, I think Amazon's just like on drugs because Christmas time. So currently at Walmart, me, Eric, Becky, and Ricky are having a little Thanksgiving situation tomorrow. And there was a few things, oh my god, my lips are so dry. A few things that I need to pick up for tomorrow because they bought some, we're gonna buy some, like stuffing, stuff like that. So, hey guys, so here is a vulnerable video for you. I feel like I'm standing nude in front of you guys right now because this is like my true inner feelings. I have been on Instagram for days now, maybe over a week, just like super obsessed with interacting with you guys, answering your guys' questions, and it's been real fun for me. And I happened to share a poem on there, and you know, I get majority of people saying, wow, you're a really good writer, which feels really good. But then the minute I get one mean thing about my poetry, I'm just like, all the good stuff kind of goes away. So I've been writing poetry since 6th grade, and I know a lot of like my really old stuff has turned up on the internet. I'm talking things that I wrote when I was 17. You have to realize that was 13 years ago. I am a completely different writer now than I was then. People blossom, people change, whether they get better or they get worse, like it is what it is. Poetry for me is a really good outlet, and I love writing poetry whether I'm good or whether I'm bad. And I just think 100 people can read the exact same poem, and there are going to be people in there who absolutely hate it and despise it, and there are also going to be people in there who love it and resonate with it. I think the most beautiful thing about poetry is that you can read it and think of something that the author didn't even really present, and that's happened to me several times. And that's kind of what happened with the poem that I put on Instagram. When I'm writing poetry, it is mainly just like a way for me to journal. It's just the best way for me to express myself and how I'm feeling. I never sit there with a thought process of, okay, I'm gonna write a poem. Let's make it sound good. Let's have it flow the right way. I more so just let my fingertips talk and that's usually what works best for me. My rough draft is always my final draft, mainly because my poetry is strictly, okay, well, that's how I was feeling in the moment. So I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what a lot of people thought it was about, and I'm kind of gonna explain it a little bit so you guys can maybe understand a little bit better. I'm like really nervous. So let's get into it. Okay, so this poem is called I'm Fine. Loneliness was her autobiography. She sat in her room and counted the cracks in the ceiling. Her mind was the destination she tried to run away from. She forgot how it felt to laugh with other people, beg her to smile, and her face would crack. She hid mascara-stained pillowcases and novels full of self-hatred.
Ask her how she's doing and she'd lie and say I'm fine. Ask her how she's doing and she'd lie. Ask her how she's doing. Ask me how I'm doing.
I'm so tired of being this lonely. I'm so terrified that this is it for me, that these tears are all it'll ever be. I'm beginning to think that you don't want to hold me. I don't want this to be the death of me, for I've lost the best of me. I lie and say I'm fine. So that is the poem, and I feel like I needed to put emphasis on some of it because I feel like emphasis makes it maybe understood a little bit better. So when I said loneliness was her autobiography, that's pretty much self-explanatory. I feel lonely a lot of the time, and you could be in a room full of a million people who absolutely adore you and you could still feel lonely. It has nothing to do with your relationship or your friendships or anything around you. Absolutely not. So the next line is she sat in a room and counted the cracks in the ceiling. When I wrote that, I remember I was in such a depressive state that I never wanted to leave my bed. I didn't want to do anything, and it almost seemed like it was a metaphor for like, I pretty much have this room memorized through and through, that I can count the cracks in the ceiling and tell you how many there are. So that's what I meant by that. Her mind was the destination she tried to run away from. So a lot of people also commented on that line saying it didn't make sense. Poetry from Amberlynn Reid doesn't have to make sense, honestly, but in my head it does. Because when I'm depressed, I feel like my mind has a one-track mind. So that destination is an area that I want to run away from. I don't ever want to arrive at that destination, but there are times that I do. Next line is she forgot how it felt to laugh with other people, beg her to smile, and her face would crack. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't laugh. Everyone around me could just be having the time of their lives, and it's almost like I'm completely checked out. Beg her to smile, and her face would crack. I am so used to not smiling and so used to just being so sad that it's almost like I'm a statue in that sense. So if I was to smile, my face would crack. I write in a lot of metaphors. That's something that Becky pointed out to me and I never even noticed. She hid mascara stained pillowcases and novels full of self-hatred. So what I meant by that is, it's obvious. I used to wear makeup all the time and I don't wear waterproof mascara. So every time I cry, you'd see those, especially when I was like ugly crying, you'd see that mascara, obviously. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten mascara on my pillows from crying myself to sleep. And novels full of self-hatred, that's pretty much just talking about, because I do journal a lot, that's just talking about, you know, when I journal about how much I hate myself or I hate my life, or when I make poetry about how much I hate myself or I hate my life, that's what that meant. And then the whole part where it's like, ask her how she's doing and she lie and say I'm fine. Ask her how she's doing and she lie. Ask her how she's doing. Ask me how I'm doing. So what I meant by all those lines is like, a lot of the times I say I'm fine or I say I'm doing okay. I never just flat out tell people, oh, I'm not doing good, because I don't want them to ask what's wrong, because I personally don't want to talk about it. It's like one of those things where it's like, you want people to be there for you, but then you also don't want to talk about it. So it's like this vicious cycle. So I wanted to put emphasis on ask her how she's doing and she'd lie and say I'm fine. Ask her how she's doing and she'd lie. And then when I said ask her how she's doing, it was my way of saying, why can't more people truly ask how someone is doing? Because I feel like when a lot of people ask, hey, how are you doing? It's really just small talk. People don't really ask how someone's doing and really, truly want to know. It's just one of those things. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. And the whole part, the whole big paragraph, which is in italic font, I'm so tired of being this lonely. I'm so terrified that this is it for me, that these tears are all it'll ever be. I'm beginning to think that you don't want to hold me. I don't want this to be the death of me, for I've lost the best of me. So that is what sometimes I really want to say out loud. I just want to word vomit. But then the last line, I'd lie and say I'm fine, because that's just realistically how it is. I have all these inner demons and inner thoughts, and it's just a lot going up, you know, going on up here and in my heart and stuff. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. You know, when I am depressed or when I'm feeling super down, lonely, I think that everyone in my life hates me. And it's just a thought. It's not real. I know it's not real. And I have to remind myself all the time that it's not real. And if Becky was to ask me, how are you doing? And it was during a time where this is how I felt, lonely and down and horrible, that is what I would want to say. I'd want to say, I feel like you don't love me, you don't want to hold me, you know, this is the death of me, and I've lost the best of me. That isn't me talking, that's the depression talking. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. And when I say, for I've lost the best of me, it means that depression has completely taken over. And I just feel like I'm not even myself anymore, because that's not who I am. I'm not Amberlynn, the depressed girl or whatever. Like, that's just not how it is. Like, I just happen to have depression, and I know a lot of you also have it, and I feel like that's where we relate very well. So I hope that made sense to some of you.
All right, so y'all just seen that corny ass shit.
Hey guys, so welcome to grocery haul. While I do the grocery haul,